This car here, this one here, this was actually my work car, you know. For about 2 years, this was my work car, and then when we found out about the BICS racing, I'm like, shit, you know, I got me a race car. Just gut it and go. This is just, what was it, an 84 GTI, Rabbit GTI. I mean, it's a ship box, totally rusted out and stuff. This is another Scirocco, just like the one I'm currently driving, just an older one. It's like a 77 or a 78. And that's it on this piece of shit.
The BIC class began just a couple of years ago when we realized that we did not have an entry-level class anymore. So we kind of looked to see what's out there that's inexpensive. You can no longer call a full-size rear drive inexpensive because you can't find that car anymore. So we came up with some guidelines, then we came up with a name. Actually, we came up with the name, which was something that was disposable.
What was that?
A BIC, just like a BIC lighter or a BIC pen. If you tag the wall, you throw it away and get a 79 Escort and move up a year.
This is the fun division because you can go out there and have fun with it and you're not so competitive as you would be in a different division because you're sticking a lot more money into that car. So when somebody bangs into you and does some damage to that car, you know it's costing you money. Whereas with this, hey, pull the fender off, take a hammer, beat it out, put it back on, you know.
Before every race, you know, driving up here, you know, I always have like, you know, a beer before I leave, just you know, I mean, it's not so much being nervous, maybe it's the anticipation or
the adrenaline rush.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, there's still, you know, I still get that little quirky feeling before I race, you know, but once you get out on the track and the green flag, you know, flies, everything else is out of your mind and, you know, all that goes away and you're just racing. It's great.
What a rush, what a fabulous feeling for me to be out there running, you know, at my age, to be out there running with guys that are 16 and between 16 and my age.
I think it's all right, but some of these guys play rough. They pick on the little guys like me. I only been on this track twice. This will be my second night tonight.
I mean, we're not out here to tear up our cars, but there's a lot of guys out here that do not know how to drive.
Yeah.
They don't have a damn clue.
We're the class clowns. They give us all the fun stuff to do, wet track down. We go around the opposite direction, road course. It's cheap, economical, and just fun.
Cheap, easy to get into, low cost. Where else can you take $600 to start a car? That's what we've got into it, $600.
That was sweet. So a race like that gets juices flowing. Well, you know, it was tough getting around them guys at first, you know. Competition was close, but, you know, stuffed my nose in the right places and, you know, came out on top.
How many lap race was that?
That was 6 laps.
And you started in the back?
Yeah, because they line it up, the first top 6 qualifiers race, you know, a 6-lap dash, and they line it up in the reverse order qualifying. So I qualified first, I lined up in the back. That's fun.
Nick Kalteis is probably one of the nicest guys in racing that I've ever met. He's so low-key, he's so kicked back, but he's got the fire underneath him. I don't know where it's at. As soon as he hits trackside, you can see him during qualifying. He'll come off the corner, he'll lift that left rear tire off the ground, do a doggy style, blast back down the super stretch, and he'll park her again, and he has no fear.
My teammate, Nick, I picked up, like I said, I bought the Volkswagen from the racetrack, went out there the very first night with it, and we won the races. And he had a Volkswagen Rabbit that he was driving to work and back, and I told him the Volkswagen really handled and it really had the power to go out there and run. So lo and behold, the very next week, here we are stripping his daily work car to pieces to go put it on a racetrack.
Now this is Dale's. This was a Smurfmobile number 2. Since he moved to trucks, he didn't have room for all the cars, so, you know, I just gave him $100 and he gave me his car. You know, this will be one of my backup cars this year if I get claimed or if something happens to that. You know, obviously I'm not gonna keep the blue. You know, it sucks all these cars out here, it's just too easy. I need something for that car, I'm in a hurry. Just start pulling something off of that. You know, just last week I pulled something off of this. Go over there, pull something off of one of them. And next thing you know, comes, hey, get out of there. Comes time to, you know, get one of them running. You're missing this, missing that, so.
Yeah, this is Volkswagen number 4 we're on here, and the other ones have been painted blue and had, when we first painted it and we rolled it out of the dock, it was so blue it reminded me of the Smurfs from TV. And when I would come out with the other Volkswagens that had Papa Smurf on there, they would say, "Oh, there's a Smurf car," and they would actually, my wife and kids would be up in the stands, and some of the kids would say the Papa Smurf or the Papa Smurf car is coming out, and they would turn around and look at the playground up there. The playground, the kids would be coming back to the stands to come and watch the race. So you knew the kids associated with the car because it had a character on there that they could associate with.
Dale Gussom, what can you say about Dale? Any guy that would paint Papa Smurf on the hood of his car has got a special little brand sense of humor. So, and he's also moved up into a truck now this year, so he's doing double duty.
My name's Kevin Oliver, and I'm from Pell Lake, originally from Bloomington, Indiana, and I race the 11K car. Used to drive this thing back and forth to work every day till I got smacked in the rear end there, and cops didn't like the idea of a bumper being held on there with duct tape, so we decided we better take it off the road. It's just something to do on a Friday night. It's cheaper going out and watching a movie, or I like driving go-karts myself, but go to the Dells, it costs you $30, $40 a day to go drive a go-kart, and for $10 I can enjoy this. I just like tinker and junk. It's the main thing. Then just I work at Home Depot, so the Home Depot pretty much takes up 8-10 hours of my day every day that I work, Monday through Friday. And I work third shifts, so then the other 8 hours is usually sleeping, and then whatever I can sneak in between that time, I usually come up here and play with the car and try to get stuff situated.
Calvin Oliver. He is the epitome of what BIC racing is all about. Here's a guy who doesn't even have a house, let alone anything else. Works at Home Depot. He drove that car back and forth to Home Depot for about 4 weeks with the numbers on it, the flames on it, all the insignia on the car.
I just like to lay back and watch everybody, get a feel for how everybody else is handling the first 5 laps, and then just jump in and go for it. I can't see going all balls at the beginning and then paying for it in the end.
My name is Ruben Davila. I drive the number 77 Honda Civic in the BIC class, and race team is Code Blue Racing.
Caught you right here. This side's fine. Problem we got, door open.
What happened out there?
People not paying attention, getting into one another before the start of the damn race, and can't get out of the way fast enough. So we're gonna be busy here for a few minutes.
That's part where we're catching up.
I've been driving for years and years, not race cars, but over-the-road trucks, garbage trucks, all kinds of driving. And it's what I do, it's what I like. If you're not a natural driver, this is not the place for you.
Oh yeah, we go to right front. He saved that right in the corner though. He lost it in the corner and hit the pit lane. He saved that one good though.
If I hadn't jammed on the brakes, it would have been the bumper. My mother used to road race. My stepfather used to road race. We always have been watching races all my life, so kind of grew up gnawing on tires. So far, my style has been mainly defensive. I want to keep it clean. I want to be professional about it. You know, I don't want to get nobody hurt. That's not my goal, but I do want to win. And I'm starting to get a little bit more aggressive every week.
Finishing up our fight, ninth place is Big Ruben Davila.
Couldn't seem to catch nobody tonight. I don't know why. Too much moisture in the air, something. She ain't getting no power off the corner. Had a fun time tonight, but didn't make the feature again, so same old story, different week, but we'll be back next week to do it all over again.
Yeah, I'm David Emery Sr. I drive the 8P car, which stands for APEC. Only reason it stands for APEC because I have 8 children. I even got a jacket that I made up. This is a jacket I made last year. See this? And this is all the team members I had last year and all of our kids. Puppy Power is just a team slogan we came up with last year. Because it was me and a couple other guys that were racing last year and we didn't have a team, and one of the kids says, "Go puppies!" So we just put puppy powers on the teams, and it's stuck. Me, I do absolutely nothing in my car to get them to go fast. I ain't out there to win. I'm basically out there for the hobby form, just to have the fun. And if I win, I win. If I don't, like I said, I raced last year. I didn't win one race, but I wound up 31st in points out of 105 cars. I've got a daughter that's coming up. She's going to be 16 in 2 years. She wants to go racing. I got all my kids want to go racing. I got a 5-year-old. If he was old enough now, he'd be out there in a car.
I love puppy power racing, and I got another deal. I like Scooby-Doo.
Team Puppy Power. Well, there's another group of guys that deserve a little note of credit. And that's a family organization. You've got the Emerys heading it up. And I believe they're probably buying their engines from Scrappy-Doo, as it seems that they've had a rather modicum of problems underneath the hoods of those 8P and the 18P car.
They better get more puppies underneath the fucking hood of their vehicles, or more lead in the foot.
I'm getting there. Racing with 17M now out front.
I'm not looking forward to being a NASCAR driver or anything like that. I'm getting a little too old for that. But hopefully someday my son will, because he's young enough now. He's just starting out. So if he gets better, he'll be doing better, and maybe he'll make it that far. His car does a little better than mine, but he's still learning how to drive it.
Last night I led a whole lap. I know, I saw you. I don't know what's with these guys tonight, man.
They want to put puppy power out, is what it is, because they got two cars in the same thing, and they're doing pretty good. They get in the lead. Let's put them back. Let's put them back. They want to hold us back. They ain't going to.
Not getting lapped and not finishing last is a blast.
We understand that for the most part, these are amateur drivers with cars that are never designed to necessarily make left turns at the kinds of speed they're kind of making them at. So obviously there's a bunch more contact with these cars than there would be with the super lights. And frankly, the car's not as delicate, believe it or not, as a fully fabricated race car whose primary design in life was to go fast, not necessarily to survive contact.
I don't think it's a joke, but we don't really take them very seriously because, you know, they're just learning. But if you gave us the top 10 BIC drivers, then we'd get serious about them. But what we see is everybody mixed together, and, you know, there's some good ones and there's some bad ones.
5 years from now, I would certainly expect in my late model division to see names on that roster that are currently on the BIC roster.
Out of this year's BIC crowd, of a potential guy who may move up, I look at Greg Sheldon. Greg's doing really well with what he's got in his car. Nick's doing an awesome job. I would really love to see some of these guys move up. They have an opportunity. They're getting their real train here. They're running on the old quarter mile. They're running the road course. So it's really, they're learning all about the track. They're learning about where their groove is. They're learning how to race against each other, how to turn a guy, how to put a guy up in the wall. You know, not that that's necessarily good, but they're learning that stuff.
We'll see. I mean, if the opportunity comes, you know, I really ain't got the money or the resources to start on my own, you know, to move up the classes and stuff. But, you know, if someone approaches me, wants me to maybe drive, or if the right opportunity came along, yeah, I would like to move up.
You have to know somebody, you have to have the money to put all the money up front.
There's a lot of good drivers out here. We're just broke.
We work for a living and have families that can't afford to put it.
This is where I get my kicks and my thrills. I'm not into getting so serious to the point that I have to rely on it, that I have to put more effort into it than I really want to put into it. I still have a wife and 6 grandchildren. and so my motivation is not to move up or to move to other classes. It's just to drive these and have a ball with it and have a good time and try to win.
A super late model today, if you don't devote 4 hours or 5 hours minimum every day to that car, it won't be ready for the next race day. And for some of these guys, race prep is they wash the window.
You know, obviously the super late, they got a lot more money into it. They don't want to tear the cars up. You know, a big driver, I can see, just wild-eyed guy racing and just, throwing the car into the corner. You know, but I think there's a certain mentality they both share. Once you get on that track, everything else leaves your mind. You know, you're not thinking about nothing but racing.
In order for a guy to go from basic international cars to NASCAR, unless somebody comes up with the money, steps forward, with a ride for him, he really doesn't have a chance. Even for a super late model driver on a Saturday night, no matter how good you are, if you don't have the money, you aren't going anywhere.
Believe it or not, I guess I have some fans up in the stands that miss my Papa Smurf car and they want to see it running again. So I've been catching some grief about it not being here and not running it, so we're going to bring it back. Double duty driving, run the sport truck and the car. Main priority is the truck for this year, but we'd look to have some fun with the big car also. Yeah, we painted it Saturday night. Relettered it last night. So depending on where I'm starting, depending on how clean the race is going to be, that's going to depend on whether we run the whole race or just make a few laps for the points. Yeah, we had it all painted black this year because I've been running Papa Smurf for the last 2 years, and we said, okay, let's get away from it. We painted it black and that. Too much grief. The kids up in the stands were asking me where the car was, what happened, and why I went black. So we said, okay. So I said, it's something that the kids relate to in the car, instead of saying, oh, the black car, the yellow car. So they have fun with it, so. I love a road course. Hopefully, this brings us back up there. Feature win gives us a lot of points.
All right, yeah! Woo! For BIC drivers at the Lake Geneva Raceway, just like for every other stock car driver in the country, it's about points. It's about bragging rights. It's about being the champion. And in the course of the season, these guys will collect points in virtually all events, whether it's qualifying for the top several, the dash race for the 6 fastest guys on any given night, the heat races, which everyone has to participate in, the top 5 positions there earn points, semi-features and features, of course, all earn points. The real pride in the points is either the jacket or the trophy or the plaque that says he's a track champion. Because at this racetrack, there's only going to be one track champion in any division in any year. So if this racetrack is here another 20 years, there'll still only be 20 guys that ever won a championship in that class.
I think that the basic international cars is probably the most competitive class we have out here. I do think that you do have an upper echelon and a lower echelon. You've got guys like David Emery, senior and junior, who will probably never make the feature. But on the other hand, you also have your Jeff Baums, Todd Bookers, Nick Kalteis, who will probably never be in the semi-feature. So it's really kind of separated itself out into a sort of striation where there's an upper level group, a pro BIC, and then there's your entry level class where they're just trying to get their feet wet.
I sort of feel like the #1 guy. You know, I like pulling in. I got the car to beat. You know, out of all the faster cars, this is one of the uglier cars too. Next couple of weeks to come, I could picture that #3 car, Bob Koch or Koch, however you pronounce his name. You know, he's really started coming up in the point standings. You know, if I did blow the lead or something, I missed a race, went down in the 5th, you know, that'd sort of be a relief too. But, you know, right now, I mean, my goal is to win the championship this year.
They're not catching me. They're probably all just mixing it up back there. Man, it's hot tonight, man. Woo!
We've got a class here that's supposed to be completely stock cars. It's the furthest thing from stock cars. We have the top 15, 18 cars running nothing but built race engines. These things won't even run on anything but racing fuel.
If you're gonna pay over $1,000 to put into these cars, you're in the wrong class. You should move up to the trucks or something. Because this is supposed to be a cheap class, hardly any money into it, and these guys are going overboard a little bit on their cars.
They'll pick on cars like mine that's completely stock. Things like a factory hole where the headlight would be, they say to cover that up. My friend's car over here had the same sort of thing last week. A factory duct that he was forced to remove. And you've got cars out there with $3,500 in the motor. Number 91 bragged about it You've got number 3 that just bragged about getting his cylinder head back from the machine shop. Just a bunch of things that are completely illegal, and nobody's teching anything.
Well, I blew my engine in the Enduro. I don't know if you remember when I blew the engine in the Enduro. So I had to rebuild the engine, but it cost me $180. It's all stock parts, nothing tricked onto it. Tires and a lot of homework. That's what we do.
Number 3 over here, he's probably got $7 grand tied up in that car. I got 300. I'll run with him all night, but I can't keep up with him in the straightaways.
They can do whatever they want. They can look at it, tear it down, it don't matter to me.
I like to see different guys winning every week, you know. Seems like the same guys are winning every week. I don't know how their cars are that much faster than ours, but what are you gonna do?
They know what to do with the cars to make them fast. I don't. More power to them.
The number 43 car up there, I think he's not playing by the rules. If you watch him in the feature race, he starts maybe mid-pack towards the end, and within a couple of laps, he's out front pulling away. And no other car can do that.
I believe there are probably a few cars out there that are not quite as legal as they should be. As far as the rule book goes, there's white and black, and that's the way I see it, and that's the way some general fan may see it. But every one of those drivers out there in the pit area, they see shades of gray.
I hope that's not going on. I mean, I wouldn't think so. I know for sure as hell ain't no $3,000, $4,000 motor in this thing. I do have some parts. They're still stock Volkswagen parts, but they're off like a GTI. You know, mix and match. Still all stock parts though.
I just bled the brakes there, so I don't
Control arm last week. I put a new control arm this week. This thing got a good hit. Have a good night. Carry on.
If you want to cheat, you can pretty much cheat as long as you keep your mouth shut. If you start telling everybody, well, I'm running an illegal cam, you know, I milled 100 thousandths off the head, I bored the engine out, well, sooner or later that's going to get back to the tech inspector or the owner of the racetrack, and with it being a claim class, you know, they're going to claim the car. And for $200, if you want to stick $1,000 into it, you got a problem.
This class, in an effort to try to control the cost, has a claim rule on it, which means that at any point the racetrack can step in and buy a driver's car, or any other competitor can buy the car, for a fixed dollar amount. That dollar amount is not very high. Left to their own volition, these guys would remortgage their house to make this car faster. So if we think guys are spending too much money, we're simply going to take the car.
It's got some sentimental value, and I grew up in this car. I do have another car in the backup if this one did get claimed, but I would be very disappointed. I don't know what I would do if I would refuse a claimer and leave the track and take the 2-week penalty or what. I don't know what's going to happen when it comes to it, but I'm really hoping that it doesn't come down to the claimer.
The BIC class is kind of unique in the fact that we don't do a lot of tech on a week-to-week basis. The cars are a little complicated, they're fuel injected and stuff like that. So one of the main things we do to try to keep the cheating to a minimum is we institute a claim policy. So tonight, after the feature, we're going to stop the top 6 cars on the front stretch. The feature winner's going to roll a dice, and whatever number comes up, the track's going to claim that car tonight. And that means we're basically going to buy the car. Then we're going to auction off the car to someone in the grandstands tonight. So it's a great way to keep the cheating under control and keep the playing field level. It'd be kind of fun.
It's difficult. You spend pretty much all your spare time since late last fall working on this car, and then thought that somebody's just going to come and take it for $250 and whatever they slap together with their level of skill and ability. I don't know. Just like to race. That's what I want to do. I want to come here and race.
the claimer class.
Yeah, I know that. I had a feeling that was coming. It just got to show right there on the windshield. Can't be cheered.
And now you're going to roll the dice, and you are going to determine which one of the top 6 cars will be claimed by the track tonight.
Before he rolls that, just so there's no misunderstandings, of course, if he rolls a 1, the first place car will be the car that will be claimed. If he rolls a 2, it'll be the second place car, a 3, the third place car, and so on. So, Greg, you're on the hot seat.
Can I pull this one off?
No.
Here it goes. Dice roll is a 4. Who was the 4th place finisher?
Bob Coach, congratulations. You might want to get your seatbelts out of there.
Bob, your car's been claimed $250. Non-refusable. Non-refusable. So, unfortunately, now what we're going to do is we're going to auction the car.
Dave, I don't want to keep the car. Bob Coach is going to get $250. The track is claiming the car. There's no case, so there's no additional payment due to the driver. We need a decision from Bob if he's going to give it up or if he's going to give up his points and take a couple of weeks off. So he's going to have to say so.
What do you think, Bob? A couple weeks off and you're... I'm out of here. Unfortunately, Bob Coach has refused to claim, which is at his discretion. He's given up his points for the season, and I believe it's 2 weeks off.
Actually, Dave, the printed rule book says that he'll be disqualified for the evening, this program, and he'll have 2 weeks that he will not be able to participate. However, since I'm kind of a sore loser when the 3 car shows back up, we'll probably buy it again.
Still got my car, now big points lead. I'm happy.
Yeah. You done with the air, Chris?
2 seconds.
Okay.
Alright, then I'm gonna need baggies from here.
Papa right here. Here, give Papa a hug and kiss. Give Papa a kiss. Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow night.
Well, if I'd have been claimed last week, if I'd have rolled my number, it was been a tough call. However, I'm in the championship points, so, I'd had to give it up my car, and I'd had to work that much harder this week. Try to get something going, and it'd have probably been this car. I'd have put a 91 on it and gone and raced Dad's car. He wouldn't have been too happy, but... Coach has been saying all year if he would have been claimed, then he wouldn't let that car go, and I don't understand that just for the fact that, this is a claimer class. We know that going into it.
I kind of saw the promotion in Kevin coming out with the tossing of the dice and everything, but I still don't like the claiming rule. It's a personal thing with me. I don't like it. I think we're there to have fun. Yes, some of us toss a little more money in our cars than other people do, but to me, and this is me talking personally, it's fun, and it's always going to be fun to me. When it stops being fun, just like golfers and baseball players and football players, then I won't do it anymore.
I wouldn't want to give up my car. You put a lot of time in it to get it to run right and to get it set up. Yeah, everybody's going to think, well, yeah, you're cheating. Well, no, we're not cheating, but it takes a lot of time to get a car set up and get it to work the way you want it to.
A lot of people think Greg's cheating. His car's here every week. I see what happens to it. Nothing. We don't touch the car.
We don't do anything to Greg's car. I mean, it changed the tire here, changed the oil here. That car just runs and runs. Last week he ran faster than I ever saw him run in the year and a half he's had the car. I thought for sure there was another track record coming. Kalteis is 230 points, I think, ahead of him. He's going to slip up.
Go for a ride, go on. There you go. And as always, the beer before we leave, the pre-race beer.
He's having a great season. He's a little concerned about the claim rule, though. Some of the guys in the semi-feature and that are complaining. that the cars in the feature are cheating and this and that. And so now they want to open the claim rule up to whereas anybody in the feature could claim any other feature car.
It's going to be Nick. Unless something happens to that car, nobody's going to touch him. He's got Scirocco's quick. He's got 500 points on everybody.
I mean, even if we did exchange money and he decided he didn't want to get rid of the car and he went home for 2 weeks, he'd still walk back.
Still can't touch him.
I think they're all pretty much running consistent. Nick's usually staying up there in the front. Bob's out for a couple weeks. 91's staying moderate. It'd be kind of interesting to see if they do a claim tonight, but I doubt it.
Uh-oh.
Wonderful. What car did you want to claim? 91.
Now you got the 150 cash up in the pit area?
Yes, I do.
All right. You gonna accept the claim?
The car owners are right up there. They give me the thumbs up, it's gone. At least we have another car to go race. I ain't scared. If they say to go for it, let's go for it. Come on, we'll come back in that car one again next week.
We've got a perfect claim right now. The 76 car is going to roll out there and buy the guy that won 2 weeks in a row.
So I believe we have our first claim of the year then. Dan Hunt claiming the car of Greg Sheldon. Kevin, can I get official word on the dice roll?
Yeah, no dice roll is required. We do have a claim that's been filed tonight. No further action required by the raceway. The 76 car, of course, will be carrying the 91 number for next week. That is the change that will have to get made. And Greg Sheldon, we've got 2 feature wins in a row now. He's going to be going for a third one in the number 76 car. Normally driven by one of the Hunt brothers, not the same one. No relation to the Texas guys that tied up the silver mark.
Albeit next weekend, it will be the number 91.
That was a nice save. Before they rolled the dice, that'd be like, you know, Dale claiming my car. That's pretty much what happened. You know, they're good buddies. They pit together up there. I think, you know, they're all good buddies. That was a very good save by Sheldon before they rolled the dice.
I think they're claiming another car. I think someone else is claiming somebody else's car now. Because they're calling 2 other cars down to the tower.
Huh. We're claiming a car. Number 34. 1.8 dual overhead cam in that car. That car's gonna rock in the track for me.
Oh, they're gonna claim it, aren't they? What car do they got? They make it in the feature?
Yeah, it was in the feature.
Yeah, I think I will.
I think you better.
See, my whole thing is that I really don't have time to mess around with another car and buying a house.
Oh, you got another car. I mean, you're going to get his car.
What is it?
It's a 17M. I mean, it's an exchange, you know. He's going to give you $200 in his car for your car. That's how it works. So you're not going to go home without a car, and you're going to go home with his car. And his car's in running order. We're down there right now making sure he's going to drive it up here and there's nothing goofy going on. That was a feature car.
There's other tracks.
You guys go.
Thanks, Jeff. Oh, give me your phone number because I don't fucking race you. I'll see you. Yeah, we'll see you, man. Yeah, I'm not going to give it up. I'll go race somewhere else. There's a lot of other tracks. Paint it yellow, go to Rockford. You know, that's the way it goes. It's been fun. I ain't gonna put myself in a death trap that doesn't have a roll cage, and I don't have time to put one in.
You know, if you're running illegal out here, you shouldn't be running. So this is a stock claimer class. You know, if you're not willing to get claimed, then back it up and go somewhere else.
This is what needed to happen. This will save this class. There's going to be a lot of car trading going on. You know, we'll see some things happen.
The rules are so vague, fuck it. I want the championship this year. And if they want to start playing all this bullshit, I got 5 cars in my yard. At least 3 of them will make the feature. I'll get one of my buddies, just drive it. Oh, who's second in points coming up behind me? Claims, you know. I'll have all the top 5 guys in my fucking yard, you know. Ended up 17th and losing 100 points to Sheldon last week. And it looks like to me, you know, he's saying it's not, but it looks like to me he still has the same car.
91 becomes a 76, 76 becomes a 91. 1 week, and they're all smiling and laughing and carrying on amongst each other, but you notice they're all right up there in the front. It's a friendly swap, friendly claim, friendly conspiracy, friendly conspiracy.
I made fun of him. I'm like, hey, I thought that car got claimed last week. He came up to me. He was like, it did. It's not my car. This thing's slow. I'm like, all right. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
It's not as fast as the other car. Missed my car already. Nick's so far out front, it's going to be tough. If he has a week like last week, I can catch him. You know, it's going to be a tough run. We're so close to, you know, competitive-wise out on the track, it's going to be close. But car-wise, no, I'm looking for another one already.
Probably wake up tomorrow and be a little sore in the neck, you know. That was a good hit at a dead stop, and I'm just looking at all the cars coming. They're all parting, and one didn't get through. Boom! You know, it's like your car moves over, you stand still, the shifter came in my leg, you know, you get a little head whiplash, but... And obviously, here's my poor $4,000 motor. I guess I didn't have the battery tied down good enough. Battery went, radiator's gone. I mean, it sucks racing in a class where, you know, you could get claimed like that. Yeah, I know some people probably like it. It, you know, keeps you guys from doing a lot of money to a car. Well, it's not even the money, it's fucking work you do to these things too, you know. A lot of fucking work. You get torn up, a lot of work, a lot of work, a lot of work. The GTI. Oh, well, this is my backup car. My backup car, even though the primary car got wrecked. I was that close to trying to get that going for this Friday, just for the purpose of it. Just, you know, the car that doesn't die. You know, we might still see that car out. We'll see how much work it needs. You know, and the shifter's broken in this thing. You know, you go look right now. It has a couple of pairs of vice grips and shifters. It comes down to this now. You really look back at the season, all the little brain farts you had. You know, the couple of times I missed qualifying for stupid reasons. One time, you know, I missed the dash because I'm talking on the cell phone with my girlfriend. You know, missed qualifying because you forget to tighten the lug nuts up. Now's the time where all that shit's coming back to bite me.
What's new, Dave? Not much. Breaking in a new car tonight. Nissan.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had it for 2 weeks. None of us were here last week except for my son. Yeah, somebody bought it. I just wanted a little more speed. So I went and found a different driver for my other car.
Well, I'm ninth in points, and never thought I'd be ninth in points. Never thought I'd even be close to ninth in points. My goal was to make one feature, and I've been out, and I've only missed one feature.
Running good. We went up from 27th to 25th, so we moved up 2 spots last week.
I didn't even make it one lap, and my throttle linkage came off the gas pedal. The little rubber grommet there broke, and the cable pulled right off of the gas pedal. So I got to jerry-rig that somehow. Oh, I barely made practice, too. If I would have missed that, that would have happened at qualifying.
22-605, 22-605, for members. Nick Kalteis.
Yeah, I made the feature on qualifying for a change. Don't know what to say. Finally got something right.
How's it feel to be in there, huh?
A little nervous tonight.
Feature race.
Feature race. Get to run from the back to the front instead of the front to the back.
Who's the biggest competition in the race for you?
Right now is them guys behind me. Oh, they go right by me pretty fast. It's gonna be fun just to try to stay in one piece tonight.
Correct, 91, you made an excellent job. Now, the point lead is there, and back to Nick Kalteis. Kalteis having to bring out the backup car tonight. You got a shot at this thing or not?
I'm gonna try for it. That's all we can do. We ain't scared, so we're gonna keep on rolling.
A big round of applause once again for Greg Sheldon.
Volkswagen was fast the other day, like I said, so if he went home and put a head on it, it's even faster than it was the other day. Is he here yet?
Scirocco, getting on it would just smoke the one tire. This one ain't even breaking one tire free. I don't know why. Same head, same intake, same exhaust. Just different blocks. Pretty much everything on this motor is off the Scirocco. I don't know why it's such a pooch.
If he sets fast time, that'll be it. I think that he'll go, if he sets fast time, gets in the dash, and Nick doesn't, then I think that's going to be enough to do it.
I think Greg's going to get it. I hope Greg gets it.
If he gets it running good and everything, he should be able to hold Greg off. Sheldon's the only one who's pretty much mathematically got a shot at catching Nick for the points. I mean, they're only, what, 20 points apart now or whatever? Pretty much whatever I can do to keep Greg behind Nick is what I'm going to do. I mean, I'm not going to take him out, but I will do some blocking, and you got to be sure that he's probably got some teamwork going on out there also. The 76 car, possibly even maybe Bob Coach.
I'm sorry, Gilbert's still on. Marcus. Woo! Who's up there? The 03, it is Mark O'Hartline. Greg, is the hair growing back in yet? No, it's just growing around it. This thing was just lightning fast tonight. You gonna have anything for the future? Because Kalteis is out there too with his backup car.
Well, we'll see. First 10 laps will tell it all, won't it?
You betcha, Greg. Let the hair grow back in. Driving the quality tire anchor towing Acura. Put your hands together for Greg Sheldon.
I think a lot of his problems this year as far as getting into wrecks is the way his car handles. It doesn't take much to wreck that car.
Yeah, that's it for this car. This car made 2 races. It's a shame too, all week working on it. I blew the head on Wednesday. I was working till 11 o'clock Wednesday night, getting the head on it from the Scirocco, the other dead car. Last night I was out there till like 10:30 working on it. Today before the race I was working on it right up until about 5 o'clock. You know, it was good. I had a win, you know. I'm sort of, this shit happens with racing. I'm not gonna get all pissed off. I'm happy for the win. What sucks is though, it's the points. I was 30 points and a car I destroyed right there, so.
I mean, wait a minute. I will say this, when I saw you wreck tonight, I was like, yes! And I saw the guy go up on the lid, and I'm like, uh-oh.
I go out there and blow my fucking car up. Past 2 nights I'm out there till 11 o'clock at night working on the fucking thing, just so I can win a feature and fucking wreck it again. Hey, it's all good.
Wow. That's what it is every night for me, working on everybody else's shit. Hi, Chris, take care.
I see your car week in, week out. You don't get a scratch on that thing.
Hey, well,
I give you credit, you're an awesome driver.
Take your time.
I don't know. Some kind of like spell potion or something. You got a force field around that car. I don't know.
It's a reverse magnet. That's what it is.
Scratch on that car. You walk by, not a fucking scratch.
When I get next to my dad takes me out.
Purple fucking piece of tinfoil,
He pays everybody off. See, he paid all the other drivers $50 not to hit him, but to take care of you.
Week in, week out. Anyone got a marker? Number 27, right here. This ain't shit. $400 after I brought it home Saturday. I was driving it around the neighborhood. And hell, this is the nicest car I ever bought for $400. The AC worked, the suspension was all tight, it's not rusted all underneath. There's a few little rust spots. Fuck, I was almost tempted to get one of these shit buckets going and keeping this thing for a work car, but Sheldon's probably going to think I brought out some little hot rod to take the points with, but, like I said, I never ran this. I don't know what the hell it's going to be like.
Obviously not the same car, right?
Hope he wins it. The man definitely deserves it. Best big driver up here.
Yep, absolutely. No question about it.
24,351, 24,351 for Brown. 21,630, 21,630 for Steve Richter. Out of Winthrop Harbor, Illinois, the Cheney Auto Service Machine. $20.982, $20.982 for Sheldon. Nick Kalteis in the Larson Manufacturing. B&R Automotive, Volkswagen Scirocco. He's got his primary car back once again.
20.98. Oh shit, I forgot.
Oh, I mean, I got into the 20s?
Yeah.
Wow, I've never been in the 20s. First time, first 2 laps with this car, I get in the 20s. No practice, no nothing. I like it.
He had 20.942. You had 20.941.
Good job. 110, 100?
Yeah, something like that.
I guess it's running pretty good, huh?
Yeah. I just bought it last Saturday. Gutted it.
He wiped out?
Not dead last.
Okay, now who's responsible?
I hate to say that, you know. I'd rather him be in third place, you know. I'd like to get him by 10 points or something, but it's a good run.
Well, this time I spun it myself. Well, what happened, all of a sudden this thing was super loose. Blew the water pump, laying water down on the track, and I was the first one running it over, Apologize to anyone else that, looked like there was no other wrecks, but.
But now you just gained a ton of points through qualifying, the dash, and now in the feature tonight. You got a shot at this feature or this championship?
Hey, we're going to give it our best. We ain't scared.
It would have been fun racing with him, but, if something happened with him like me tonight, I wouldn't give a shit, feeling good. About time that guy got some bad luck. I'm not going to play kissy, smiley face and shit like that. It just gets to a point where it's not fun no more. I try to be like, who's that guy? Spock on Star Trek, the guy with no emotions, I try not to get angry or pissed or, I just drink my sorrows away and wait till next week, you know, it's good to be in winner's circle again, that's for sure. You know, I mean, it would have been nice if Sheldon placed 5th or 6th, you know. Still sort of sucks. You know, he was first in the dash, I was last. You know, it's my win a feature, but I still might not make up any points, so we'll see what happens. You know, it's good ending the season off with another win. I would like that point championship, and I got one more race to do it. You know, I didn't gain much this week, but, you know, one more week, and it's time to go win a championship. I would like to go out on top, you know what I'm saying? I would feel a lot better going to a different class or something, you know, having won this, you know? But coming in second place, being right there, you know, I think that's even worse than if I came in 10th.
It would be a failure in my eyes because I want to win. And second place to me is first loser, so you know, I want the championship. You know, second place is a failure, however, it'd still be a good season.
Sounded like they said 21.95.
21.95? Then that was no good. That's the 21.95, that was no good.
No, 20.195.
Oh, 20.195?
I believe so. Wow.
We got a minimum speed basically on the track. I mean, if you're out there and you can't keep up and you're gonna get in trouble because you're too slow, I'm gonna black you off to get you out of the way. I know you big drivers, it's a little bit different story because half of you can't get out of your own way. It's not your fault, it's the car's fault because that's the way they are.
That just ain't right.
I know I pissed Coach off, but I had to do it, man. I had to get up there. Yeah, I had to squeeze in there. The only way I get around them guys. That was fun though, man. It's like the old days. Get my confidence back. I like that. I like that. How's that feel, man? How's that feel? Feels good, man. We were all sliding going into 3 and 4. The only thing I could do was stuff my nose in there. You know, I rolled the dice a little bit. Yeah, we were banging and bashing and everything. And Coach, you ain't gonna back down. Coach will spin you. You know, so I was a little nervous. I'm like, fuck it, I gotta do it. You know, I just went right between them and fucking, hopefully everyone could hold their lines going into 1 and 2. And, you know, it was a little side-by-side racing there, but I came out in front, you know. But, you know, this is crunch time. This is it. I gotta win this fucking championship, you know?
So you weren't gonna let us box you in again, were you?
I know Coach was a little pissed, but what you gonna do, man? I had to squeeze in there.
You get a hole.
You know, I couldn't know where to go, you know? I had a little hole, all right. You know, hey, we were going in there 3 wide, you know? Move over, Coach. Yeah, got in there. That's good. You raced me clean.
That's racing, right?
Yeah.
Good job.
Yep. Another 10. Yep. Is it 10 difference from first to second?
No, it's 5.
Oh, so it's 5, just another 10. I seen you. I was watching my rearview mirror. You were holding off the other guys pretty good.
Oh, well, yeah, I had to at least get second.
Yeah, right.
40 points.
Watch out on the beach. I wasn't involved, man. I was just sitting back watching. I had to do what I had to do, man. I had to squeeze in there. He was a little unhappy, but oh well.
I have to go with Nick to win it. Of course, he's my teammate. I mean, we work together. He's my neighbor. We help each other on the car. So yeah, definitely have to go with Nick.
It's been a great run, and it's been a great run for both Nick Kalteis and my stepson Greg. I think that Greg can hold him off, finish second, maybe win it. The feature tonight, you know, then it's over.
My prediction is Sheldon will win the championship. No questions asked. I think he'll take it.
I'm going to want to be a spectator tonight. I think Nick's going to do it. He's the hardest working guy out here. And he doesn't have anybody helping him. And, you know, that just makes it tougher for a guy.
You got butterflies? No, not at all. I always shake like this. But, you know, the butterflies start going, but, you know, they'll go away. As soon as you hit the track, it's all about racing then, so. See what happens. Wish Nick the best of luck. Hopefully I'll do it, but we'll see. The 51 car. Whatever happens, both of us know going into this event, one of us is going to be the winner and one's going to be the first loser. So, you know, that's where it stands.
Rolling down off the ramp for the Fall Classic Basic International Car Feature event. On the point is going to be the 73 of Josh Brisbois, but you got to keep an eye on that battle between the 91 of Greg Sheldon out of Crystal Lake, Illinois, and the number 27, the first big nougat machine, that's Nick Kalteis. They are nearly lined up together on the track right now. Lining up together almost nose to tail. Sheldon out front right now. Dave Cheney Jr. in the 15C. Gonna play blocker as well as his teammate Steve Richter. Keep an eye on Dave. He's got the double greens. There they are. Like it's still going to be a free car of Bob Coach checking out on the field. Remember, Kalteis needs to finish 2 positions better than Greg Sheldon to win his championship. Richter getting it all in for in the OKU car. Cavalier. Sheldon still out front of that point now. Here comes Kalteis on the outside with a big margin. Whoa, look out, Richter around. Right in the rear. Yellow flag is out. Picking up the pace right about here. Green flag. Wait. Kalteis gets the jump over Sheldon. Sheldon trying to battle back on the outside. Playing the blocker move is Coach. Coach sliding right up the middle. Kalteis gets the advantage +1 over Sheldon, but not enough to win the championship. Thus far, he will have to battle with Coach in order to put himself into a position where he can win this championship. Now here's Johnny Brammer shoving his nose underneath. Oh, okay, yellow flag is out. Looks like the 20F of Chris Gow up into the dirt, bringing out that unprecipitous yellow. That's here sits in front all by himself. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. It's a green flag wave. And Kalteis putting up alongside of the number 3 at Bob Coach. A little bit of bumper banging action going on there up front. Whoa, and now Coach moves up the hill, pinches Kalteis into the wall, but all is good down the super stretch. Out of 4, it's gonna be Coach out front, white flag in hand, surrender flag out to the field. 1 lap to go, this one's gonna be the book. It looks like it might be too little too late for Nick Kalteis, and he's gonna have to put the Volkswagen up front. And he makes the last lap, effort down in the turn 3, go out of the corner, out of 4, it is gonna be Coach Kalteis Sheldon picking up the top 3 positions. Coach is gonna be your race winner, but let me do some quick tallying here. As we look back in the books and look for some official recognition from your officials, officially, I believe that it may be Greg Sheldon, your champion for the Basic International Cars year 2002. Elio Casco Sheldon. Hey, I tell you what, Randy Spears. Is that what it is, Spears? Congratulations to Greg Sheldon.
Yeah, well, did everything I could. I thought I might have had a chance there on that last restart. I'm glad they threw the flag for the restart. But Coach wouldn't let me have my line, but, you know, I mean, he had to do what he can. You know, he didn't spin me or nothing. He was just holding his line. And if I could have got past Coach, that would have been, if it's double points, that would have been the championship. You know, it was that far, you know. I missed the championship. All this season comes down to that much.
You know, I did what I had to do. That's what we did all year. And, you know, unfortunate for Nick, he had a few bad weeks. I had a few bad weeks, so we kind of washed that off, and it came down to the 2 of us. So he'll be back next year, I'm sure. He's going to be a champion. He's definitely a class driver.
Hats off to Sheldon. He clawed back. He had his hardships earlier in the season, and, you know, hats off. He did a good job all season. He was very consistent. I can't remember the last time, the second half of the season, where he didn't do a top 5. So definitely hats off to Greg. You know, good job, and you know, he deserved it. He got more points. So load it up, go home, and drink a beer. You know. Yeah, racing's been done now for 4 or 5 months. We just had the banquet tonight. To tell you the truth, it sucks. I would have rather have come in 10th place than 2nd. And, you know, I remember a big thing. I remember I was asked right after that race what I would do during that season if I was to do anything different. And, you know, I said be a little bit more diligent, practice more, show up earlier. That's a bunch of horse shit. I had fun. I wouldn't change any of that, you know? I wouldn't change the way I did any of that. I would have rather have spent that extra hour playing with my dogs or seeing my girlfriend, hanging out with my girlfriend. I mean, you know, racing's not everything in life. If I could go back and change anything, I wouldn't change anything about the season. I would have just changed that last race. I would have loved to have them 3 laps back. Just give me the last 3 laps on that last race.